Welcome to day 570 of our Web3 journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother Brian. And remember, these videos are being sponsored by NFT Tech, their investor in DeSoFi. We have two special guests for you today. One of them has been on our show before, Chermislav Digdan.
Hello.
And how's it going? And DeSo OG, I cannot believe DeSo OG, Jody Bossert, has not been on our show before, but welcome to the show, Jody.
Thank you.
Welcome, Jody.
Happy to be here. Thanks, guys.
And you guys are behind a new NFT project called CloutJacks. It's a collaboration you're doing between you guys, Sergio AOV, and Art by Bads. And we're going to get to all of this in just a few minutes, but welcome and glad to have you on the show.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, so we want to quickly jump to the news and then we'll get to Jody and Chermislav and talk about what they're doing. Uh, Something big that happened overnight or this early this morning that's breaking is that Kanye West is reportedly buying the social media platform Parler. West, who was suspended, we talked about it last week on Twitter and Instagram after making what those companies likely saw as anti-Semitic posts, has reportedly agreed to buy the company Parler, which is, I think, best described as a conservative leaning social media platform, mainly around politics, at least right now. Uh, in my opinion, sites like Truth Social, like Parler, like Getter, I think they have a limited growth potential because of the fact that they cater towards mostly Americans of a certain political party or ideology. And I mean, how many conservative Americans that want to talk on social media are there? Maybe 50 million, maybe 60 million people. So from an investment standpoint, I don't really see what the appeal would be. But I really think for Kanye, this is probably more of something to just generate attention. Uh, I wouldn't be surprised if he decides not to buy it in another week. So we'll see. I think that like cancel culture, obviously, like I'm not a fan of cancel culture. I'm not a fan of banning people, but I don't really see this as anything more than a publicity stunt on the part of Kanye. Like I said, um, Parler got a lot of heat after the January 6th events here in the United States for some of the posts that were made by some of the people involved. Um, Whether you can blame them or not, that's a whole other story. Uh, but we'll see. I think that people like Kanye and people like Elon, I think there's better solutions if you want to avoid cancel culture or you want to avoid banning and all of that. And DISO is a great example of that. And I know we sound like we're beating a dead horse, but I think that it solves a lot of the problems both on the social platform, from the social platform perspective, as well as a user's perspective. So we'll see what happens. We'll probably be here talking about Kanye some more in the next couple of weeks, whether he actually goes through with this or not. Yeah, so let's move into the DeSo ecosystem and talk a little bit about DeSo. Mulsified is hosting a workshop today between 3 and 4 p.m. Pacific time, and that's a workshop with Pearl. It's part of Pearl's Emerging Creators Program. It's an accelerated program, and all the attendees at the event are individuals who have between 10,000 and 250,000 followers on social media, on Web2 social media. So this has a lot of potential to bring some big names, or I guess like emerging big names, into Web3 onto the DeSo blockchain. We'll have to see how it goes. Yeah, and I love this. I think that it has that potential. And I think Natter and the DeSo core team are not relying on Pearl, but looking towards Pearl to try and generate interest among some of these larger Twitter or Facebook or Instagram accounts. Yeah, so Jody and Chermislav, do you have over 10,000 followers on social media?
I actually don't use any other social media than Dito.
Good answer. Good
No,
answer.
I don't.
So, but you
Uh,
you don't need to be emerging because you're already on DeSo. So you have already emerged as
yes, on
stars
Dito
of the DeSo blockchain,
for the second time here. Yeah.
DeSo superstars. So DeSocial World, they have just added NFT PFPs. So you can now set your NFT as your profile picture via the DeSocial World app on the DeSo blockchain. You can add, view, replace, and remove your PFP on their site. It's also going to change on Diamond app
when you change it on the social world, and any other apps that are tied into the same into that blockchain where they're pulling the NFT profile pictures field. Additionally, you're going to have an icon for both the NFT profile picture as well as your previous profile picture on your Social World profile, so you can actually view somebody's previous photo profile picture as well if they add an NFT one. To add your NFT PFP to the Social World, you just have to click on the three dots next to an NFT, and then it's going to bring up a drop down menu and click Make NFT PFP, and ta-da, it will be done.
Yeah, great job, Ado. So what's going on with Web3 Peeps and Photographer's Corner?
So I love what Photographer's Corner does. They hold these photography contest events every so often. This time, Web3 Peeps is partnering with Photographer's Corner as part of a collaboration where they're going to be giving the winner of the November photography contest a free NFT. So you're going to not only win the prizes from photography contest, but you will also win an NFT. The new theme is coming soon. It's going to be announced on October 29th, I believe. And the winner from the previous competition, Kaluz Hinov, will be the one choosing this theme for this new contest.
Yeah, I love the contest that they run. It really generates a lot of engagement and interest among the community. Uh, Moving on, Clara Mouse. The creator is actually a 13-year-old girl named Ava, and she posted her reading of her first Clara Mouse children's book, and I'm going to play it here right now.
Dear Clara Mouse, and I wanted to show you my rough draft of my book. It's called My Favorite Things to Do by Clara Mouse. Hi there, my name is Clara. Here are some of my favorite things to do. I love to do ballet. Do you like to dance? I adore painting. Do you like to paint?
For those who don't know, Clara Mouse is actually an NFT series on the DeSo blockchain, which has been extremely successful. Also, she's the daughter, Ava is the daughter of DeSo OG Nathan Wells, who's also behind the art of the Cyberpunk apes, which has become really popular on the DeSo blockchain. But check out her NFTs at claramouse.nftz.me. You'll see they're really cool. We own a bunch of them.
Do you guys own any Clara Mouse NFTs?
You know it.
I think I do, yeah.
My Snow White is like one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, they're really cool. I really enjoy them. So DeSo OG MTK Matt is running yet another marathon. This time it's not in Berlin, it's in Tokyo, Japan. And he's looking for sponsors again. And for less than $2, you can have your name on the shirt that he's going to be running with in the marathon. It's an NFT as well, so you're actually bidding on the NFT, you win the NFT, and your name gets placed on the shirt. I think it's about $1.76 depending on the price of DeSo. And if you buy one of these NFTs, which Brian and I have, you are entered into winning a goodie bag valued at around $100 from things that he buys in Japan, which is pretty cool. So check out the link above this video below on YouTube, and you can bid on the NFT and help sponsor him in the race.
Yeah, I love the way he thought about this. He has really unique ideas in order to engage the blockchain and the users on the blockchain.
So as many of you know, NFTZ.me is the only place where you can post and view live timed auctions on the DeSo blockchain. Just go to NFTZ.me/auctions and you'll see all of those auctions ending soon. I'm just going to highlight a few of them that are ending in the next 24 hours. Flyman by Brutal ends at 12:40 p.m. Eastern Time. This is one of the Flyman NFTs he created. There's actually currently a bidding war on it between Bubba Fett, Z and Mead, Ides of March, ourselves, and Mr. Person 177. This is actually one of his effed up punks spin-off collection. So one of his effed up punks was a Flyman. I think it was number 30. And people liked it so much he decided to create a whole spin-off collection based on it. And I think there's like 900 of them or something. So pretty cool NFT. Check it out. It ends today at 12:40 p.m. Eastern Time. Then Man of Mushroom. It's an NFT by IRMs ending at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Crypto Sims Panda Fan. This is a really cool NFT. Ends at 2 p.m. Eastern Time as a live auction. And Stephen Lee has a Dali Balloon Dragon NFT, of course, created by the Dali AI. That one ends at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. There's another Volpe Season 1 NFT by DFOC that's ending at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. The first music NFT by Eva Social. So Eva Social is an app built on the Diesel blockchain. They're releasing their first ever music NFT, and this one ends at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Definitely check that one out. And there's a Seals number 468. It's an NFT that's currently owned by Shady Acres. Ends at 6:10 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, plenty more ending as well. Check them out at nftz.me and list yours, and you'll maybe get named on tomorrow's show.
Yeah, and the top bidders of NFTs over the last 24 hours, according to NFTZ, are as follows. These people bid on the most NFTs in the last day on the DeSo blockchain. Ambitious Lynch, Crypto Dwang, Tukta, Tori Seller, Maz H, Huo, LSM127, Insomnia Tutor, OTZ Gallery, and Andreas PZ. And the top diamond creators over the last 24 hours, according to our friends at Alton Base, these people received the most tips or diamonds on their posts and replies on the DeSo blockchain. They are as follows: Azzy, Gento, Haki, Krasenstein, us, of course, Molina, Michelle Lord, Metonymy, Miami, Japan, Rihan Ri, and Diego Robot.
And today's events, thanks again to Miss Katie Ann. There's two events on Entre today. One is Metaverse Mondays with Landon Messerve and Investor Office at Hours, also on Entre with Michael Mara and Angel Investor Scott Kallick at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I just want to welcome back 4 individuals onto the DeSo blockchain who have been gone for at least 30 days. Cool Man Coffee Dan. He is a fabulous NFT artist, does amazing things, has some valuable NFTs on other blockchains, has a few on DeSo as well. I know Brian and I own it. Welcome back, Cool Man Coffee Dan. Also, Kissers, welcome them. I want to welcome them back. Art of Leander and Terrell Graham. And now we get to the all-stars of this show, Jody Bossert and Charmislav Digdon.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
So CloutJacks. I've been hearing a lot about CloutJacks. In fact, we have it featured on nftz.me. The art looks amazing, at least on that featured banner. Tell us about what CloutJacks is, how it differentiates itself from other NFT series on DeSo, and when we can expect to be able to buy these.
Yeah, so CloutJacks started last year. It's one of the, it's an OG project because it's got clout in the name, CloutJacks. This was last October, and of course, Big Clout turned to DeSo right around that time frame. So so this is season 2. We're calling it Tombstone Stiffies because so basically the storyline is that Dr. Sergio Osorio, actually that's our main artist, he lives in Colombia, Sergio does, and the storyline is Dr. Sergio Osorio unleashed a potion into pumpkin patch last year, and all of these pumpkins came to life as jack-o'-lanterns and started terrorizing the pumpkin patch, and we had to go about catching them, collecting them, and doing what we can to take them alive for further study. But this year, all bets are off. Dead or alive, we just got to take these puppies down, because what's happened now is Sergio is up to his hijinks. He is in his evil laboratory. He's put together a concoction, a new potion, where he's it's integrated with little THC in the smoke, and he's starting a bonfire by a cemetery next to the pumpkin patch. Okay, stick with me here. This whole backstory is at cloutjacks.net. But the bonfire, the smoke is going to get into the cemetery, and it's a special kind of smoke that brings the spirits back to life. And he's hoping that those spirits will go into the pumpkins and bring the pumpkins to life as those spirits. So I don't know how I just explained that, but read
That's
the
very
story.
interesting.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's
Has me
actually
intrigued.
bringing the spirits back to life, or just that people are inhaling it and thinking the spirits are coming back to life?
Could be too. So basically, Sergio Osorio, he lives in Colombia, doesn't speak English. We met on DeSo, randomly started chatting. I can't remember how it got to be, but we started chatting on WhatsApp. And it wasn't until we had chatted a few times that I learned that WhatsApp has been translating him the whole time. So yeah, that's crazy technology to me nowadays. But
I didn't
yeah,
even realize that WhatsApp did that. That's really cool though.
yeah,
And
I
the
didn't.
fact that you didn't realize it is even cooler.
Yeah, totally. And it made me start to think about how I talk and how I type, because we often have to say, can you explain that again? And we use so many phrases in our daily lives that really only make sense to people in our sphere. So you have to speak in more generalities so they can be translated. But anyway, that's a whole nother
So
issue.
this project sounds really awesome. So this is season 2. How do you view season 1? Because I went to the CloutJacks NFTZ page and I don't see season 1 listed there.
So season 1 started on Haunted Night. That's another project of mine. My background is in I was a haunted attraction producer for a number of years. During the month of October, every Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights, haunted houses open, raked in 6 figures over a number of years. So it was pretty big production. I've stepped away from that the last couple of years because my kids got older and I wanted to coach football and baseball and get more involved with them, because the haunted house had gotten so big it became a year-round activity. Anyway, so that's a whole nother story. But basically, my background's in haunted attractions, and so right when DSO launched, I created my account, of course, Jody Bossert, but I also decided to create Haunted Night, which is another brand that I've had in the Web 2 world, and just because of my love of Halloween. So launched CloutJacks season 1 on Haunted Night. NFTs were so new, didn't really know that they should really have their own name and their own account. So have since learned that. So yeah, so I'm making some smarter decisions the second time around, and now CloutJacks is its own account on DSO. And CloutJacks.net.
I'm
we have
checking
a new
them
website
out.
this year.
I was just viewing the Haunted Night CloutJacks from last season, and they're really awesome. They're definitely check those out. Check out the Haunted Night account because there's some really cool NFTs.
HauntedNight.nftz.zone or ME. What are we going with now? It's ME,
Yeah,
right?
ME.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so tell us how Chermislav's involved here. Of course, he's the developer behind the generation of these NFTs. You're correct?
Yes, that's correct. I'm using the tool that I developed when we cooperated with Matt Hope on Octopus, and adding some new features for specific for CloutJacks, which these are like some new gamification features. So yeah, so the whole process will take place on generative, but it will be themed as a Halloween web page with different colors that were used before, designed by Jody. And basically, from technology standpoint, that's it. There is like no magic, just coding behind that.
That is magic.
So,
it's magic to me.
It's magic, but if it's invisible, it means that it's working. I mean, when you start to notice that there's technology, it means that it's too intrusive.
Yes. So Jody, tell us how this differentiates from other series, and what CloutJacks will become this second season right now.
So we've got a really fun new strategy here we're doing this year. Basically, now we're taking down the CloutJacks Dead or Alive, and I even brought a prop. So you get to choose a weapon this year, okay? So we got 13 weapons to choose from. So when you mint, you'll pick what weapon you think you're going to take this CloutJack down with. And if a weapon appears in the art, and if it's the one you chose, then you have a chance at some of the NFTs we've gotten. I had a whole bunch of people donating NFTs left and right to the project. We're calling it our candy dish. So it's trick or treating. You get if you guess the weapon, you get to reach into the candy bowl and get NFTs. There's backgrounds. There's 5 different backgrounds on the generative series, and we got common, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary. So those are 5 levels, and the top 3 levels, when you guess the weapon based on the level that came out, that's how many NFTs you get. So there's a chance if you pull a legendary, you'll get 5 spins of the wheel, and you spin the wheel and it'll name the project. So could be a Illuminati, it could be Swafts, it could be Shade Flowers. I mean, we've got a whole bunch. IRM, Mythica, a ton, Beer Buds, a whole bunch of. Check out CloutJacks.nftz.me, and you'll see the whole candy dish of NFTs that have been donated. So
That is awesome. Yeah, I was checking it out and I was wondering why these other NFTs were all in here. And that's great because so if you if you pick the correct weapon that your minted NFT has in it, then dependent on what level that NFT is, you will get anywhere from 1 to 5 different bonus NFTs, which are created by these OG NFT series from Lisa. Is that correct?
Michelle Lord. I see there's a Michelle Lord NFT there, and also a Clara Mouse NFT and a Squatch. Wow, there's some good ones there.
Yeah,
I love this idea. It's so different than anything else we've seen. I think the fact that you get these bonus NFTs that could also hold value, I love that. It further gamifies the NFT experience, and I think that's the future. I think that's where we're headed, is a gamified NFT experience, but also with utility too in the future. But this is great, Jody. And
thanks so much. I haven't even gotten to the main part, and that's the whole fact that 50% of the revenue coming in is going back to the top 5 holders. So, check your rarity. If you're in the top 5, that's what this is really all about. That's the gamification of it. So, but then there's this little trick or treat angle where you can win NFTs, other NFTs.
So the top 5 meaning who owns the most of these NFTs? Like if you own 5 NFTs and nobody owns more than 5, you win.
Well, no. So you look at the rarity level.
Okay.
Chemislav has made this awesome. Generative is such a cool tool. You can see all of the NFTs and their rarity score, and the top 5 rarest ones will get
very cool. I love
so
that.
if you have all 5 of them, then you get 50%.
Wow.
Otherwise, it's 10% each.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I love that. So before we let you guys go, is there anything you want to touch on? Anything that we might have missed that you want the viewers to know about CloutJacks? When can we expect to see the first CloutJack? I know you were kind of up in the air about this, but do you have a basic time frame?
We're hoping for tomorrow. So right after this call here, Chemislav and I are going to get together and see where we're at with getting all of the traits together and whatnot. And hopefully we're meeting tomorrow. The plan is that 13 days of Halloween starts tomorrow. So fingers crossed, but bear with us because we're not a big major company. We're, a few people throwing together a little.
I completely understand.
Yeah, actually, I hope that today I will like put up the series on the test site, so we will start seeing NFTs minted with like small miniatures on my test account, just to test how they look, and then hopefully tomorrow we'll have the full site running.
I think in conclusion, I think I can conclude that DeSo NFTs have come a long way from when they launched about a year ago, maybe a little longer than a year ago. It's just things like what Chermislav's building combined with the art. I think you have this kind of ecosystem that makes it exciting. It's not just little pieces of little GIFs or little JPEGs. It's actually like a whole development behind it all, and that's what I love.
Yeah, actually, that's the idea behind generative, not to make it just a tool to mint on DeSo, but also to introduce various gamification scenarios. So yeah, with every new project, we are trying to introduce something new.
Very cool. So are you working on any other projects with generative?
Yes, I'm in discussions with 2 other projects, actually with one really famous project that's been on DeSo and left, but is thinking about coming back. So
awesome. Can't wait to hear about
that. We're aiming with that into Q1 next year.
Very cool. All right. Well, thanks again, Jody. Thanks again, Chermislav.
Can I really quick jump in, because I want to make sure that I mentioned Sergio Osario, but did I mention Art by Bads? I can't remember if I did, and I want to make sure
I know I didn't. I did in the beginning.
Okay.
But now you have to.
So if you check out the Art by Bads account, it's BADZ. It's Brecky, Aria, Dutch, and Zeta. They're a family of artists. They're incredible. Check them out too. They're the ones making the weapons. So Sergio created the CloutJacks themselves. art by Bads, their family, they're creating the weapons.
Yes,
So,
I got to meet those individuals in LA. They're awesome, amazing body painters as well.
yes, incredible.
All right, well,
That's
thanks
what
again.
I'm saying,
Two OGs of DSO. I'm sure you guys are going to be around for a long time to come. Thanks again, and we'll talk to everyone else tomorrow.
And get ready for CloutJacks.
Can't wait for CloutJacks.